Hi folks, it's Cassie Cooper. Today, I'm not in the studio. I'm walking through one of the most iconic, rebellious corners of American history. Greenwich Village, Washington Square Park. It's going to be a mini episode of Talking History of Big Coop. Not a full episode, not just a story, but a walking tour. Let's do that. Let's walk and talk. I am beneath Washington Arch, built in 1892, commemorate the first U.S. president. It's kind of grand marble grate, crown jewel of the park. Now, a symbol of patriotism, sure, but also a gateway to protest. Over the last century, this spot has hosted everything from anti-war demonstrations, queer liberation rallies, to impromptu jazz concerts stretching long into the night. And you can still feel that energy today, especially when someone breaks into Saks under the arch, or somebody sets up their own sample platform, starts DJing a rave show during the middle of the day here, or just a protest banner rippling across the fountain steps. Although right now it looks more like tourists, IU students, graduates, maybe some skateboarders somewhere. 1960s, folk singers, civil rights activists, they all gathered there at that fountain and under that arch. Back in 1961, New York police tried to stop folk musicians from playing in the park, calling them a public disturbance. Artists sued the city, and for once, they won. A small rebellion, village style, going even further back to the beginning of the 20th century. Just steps from this park lies McDougal Street, and there's a nondescript building over there that once housed The Masses, radical socialist magazine that ran from 1911 to 1917. Radical writers like Max Eastman, John Reed, and Emma Goldman published pieces there that they challenged capitalism, war, and conformity. And this is a time when we actually had a strong socialist party in this country before it was demolished during World War I, shut down under the Espionage Act, shut down for undermining morale during World War I. During these wars, we've always seen that our First Amendment rights get curtailed. People always apologize afterwards, but the damage is done. You won't find a plaque on the wall for The Masses, but the ideas are still in the air here. Later on, the same neighborhood became a refuge for beat poets, black jazz artists, queer writers, feminist thinkers, all finding space here when they couldn't find it anywhere else. Walking towards Washington Square South now, on Thompson Street, towards the Judson Memorial Church, the south of the park, it lies, looking like a traditional church, but don't be fooled. This place has, and still is, a haven for political and artistic resistance. In the 60s and the 70s, it was home to anti-war meetings, experimental theater, and LGBTQ organizing. Even today, ghost dance performances, art exhibits, sanctuary events. Travails in our nation against the immigration, or over-enforcement of immigration, the ICE protests that have been here as well. So, you might have heard the term radical. Village radical, in particular, holds a real strong thread in our nation's history. Greenwich Village radicals weren't all politicians or party members. They were writers, dancers, lovers, students. A village radical might be reading Walt Whitman, might be planning a protest, planning a mural, or launching a theater collective. It's less about a specific ideology and more about imagination and defiance. Another word liberally applied to Greenwich Village is bohemian. And what does that mean when we call a place bohemian? Bohemianism isn't about berets or bongo drums, though those are fun. It's about pushing back against social norms, living outside the boundaries of convention. It's about Greenwich Village in the 20s, the 60s, and maybe still in little pockets, though gentrification has reared its ugly head. A few blocks down is Cafe What, where Bob Dylan, Jimi Hendrix, and even Richard Pryor played and first hit the stages. The early 1960s, the Village was the epicenter of the folk revival and of the nation's growing counterculture. Dylan wrote songs just a few blocks from here, drawing from the movement's pain and pop. Washington Square Park is a canvas for rebellion. From anti-war chants to queer pride flags to kids busking with beat-up guitars, the park isn't a monument to history. It's a living space. Whether you're here for the day or just passing through, listen closely. You'll hear echoes of Emma Goldman, of Nina Simone rocking a microphone, of James Baldwin speaking to pain and truth with an uncompromising intellect. In the corner cafe, there might be someone reading Odd Lard. In the bookstore, they're still selling banned books. In the park, chess games are still being played, though without the attendant sale of illicit substances as in the past. Thousands of names we don't know, but whose spirits still move among these streets. Remember, people matter. Places matter too. Some places, like Greenwich Village, don't just remember history, they radiate it. I'm Cassie Cooper, and this has been Talking History of Big Coop, Sidewalk Edition. Stay curious, and if you're over in the village, keep your eyes open. History's just around the corner.